All right. Welcome, everyone. Very exciting.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome.
So welcome to this very special first XP Talks episode on which we are hosting some of the amazing projects that we have the pleasure of working with. We have the pleasure still, of course, working on a daily basis. What's mutual to everyone today is all projects are coming or working with and the MultiverseX, previously known as Elrond ecosystem, an ecosystem that we are very much believing into the NFT market that has been developing rapidly into creating innovation and bringing up a place for projects and for a lot of innovations on the NFT side. And MultiverseX is actually the first integration that we've been making for the XP.NETWORK multi-chain bridge, which now supports 24 live mainnet chains, and a lot of projects from a lot of ecosystems that are integrating and moving up NFTs across between different chains. So again, today we have the pleasure of hosting several amazing projects, and that we're going to introduce in a second. And without further ado, Dima, quick intro from you, and then I'll tell a bit about myself, and then we'll move to our amazing guests.
Right, I'm Dima Brook. Probably already saw and spoke with me before. We're building here a bridge. We want to connect as many chains as possible to make NFT transfers, which we assume is the goods in the Web3 world, as freely as possible between all those chains. One of the chains that we actually started with was Elrond, which is now called the MultiversX. And we are happy to be with you and to keep developing together with you.
All right, thank you for that. I myself, I'm Nir from XP.NETWORK and the CEO of the company. XP.NETWORK has been developing a multi-chain bridge since very much almost the beginning of 2021. And our goal is to make NFTs accessible across all chains and lift up all the barriers that currently are getting less and less, to be honest, but are still limiting our market. So guys, it would be great if we can circle up between each of you. So state up the name of your company, of your project, and a quick intro about what is it that you do. We can start with, you're actually on the left from my Zoom, so Javier from Elrond Fight Championship. That would be great to get your first intro.
Hello, everyone. I'm always the first. It's the advantage of my name. I'm Xavier Baldó in my name. It's Catalan. I'm CEO from Elrond Fight Championship, also from Blockchain School, and we worked for all 2022 in a project that started like a collection NFTs, just an idea, and we created something amazing because we get this collection inside of the market, and also we helped many people, because one of the first goals from our project is help all of these people that is having some problems with social exclusion, right? And we connected with some foundations like Jero Garcia Foundation and help that boxers. Also, we get inside of the televisions from the zone, and we get some cool things inside. Also, in our project, we are developing some points like we call it's a little bit complicated but we call martial sports brand right now, because after we will talk more in a few minutes, but after we saw this market, we tried to develop something different, and we created a multi-brand sports brand inside of this amazing blockchain market.
Amazing. And I want to say that you guys have almost 9,000 or exactly 9,000 NFTs out. Is that right?
Yeah, we have 9,000 NFTs right now in the market. There are so less 400, 500 NFTs, more or less, I think. Sergi could know more exactly the number, but more or less. And yeah, we have 900 NFTs from Jero Garcia with a signature officially, and it's supposed to have more value in the future.
Amazing. All right. So next, Henry from Drifters. Please.
Hey, I'm Henry from Drifters. At Drifters, we believe that there is a world that can be made with blockchain that's much better than the one that we have right now. And we're trying to build systems and platforms that kind of do that. The first stage that we did was to launch our NFT collection and to gather a community of people who are aligned on these values. We built a team that are aligned on these values as well. And right now we're mainly focused on building our digital metaverse, digital world called Avitas. It's going to be a platform that allows people to gather and to maybe for artists to free themselves through creating digital items for us. So.
Thank you for that. And for Drifters, you guys have 2 live collections going. Correct me if you guys already have another one, which are extremely successful, extremely popular. So that's great to see. And we are very much looking forward, to your NFTs that you guys are putting out. So that's great. All right, next is Robbie from Chain Guardians.
Hi, hello everyone. Thanks for having me to the XP team, MultiverseX team. My name is Robbie Cochran. I'm co-founder of, well, several projects really. I guess the head brand would be best known as Chain Guardians, but we have 2 sister entities as well called Chain Boost and also Cryptoverse. They offer interoperable NFT experiences and multi-use case for the token, the CGG token, which is effectively also used for governance of the full stack ecosystem. Chain Guardians is a I don't like the phrase play to earn, but it's got earning incentives involved in the game. RPG as well as other kind of gaming experiences, including an NFT mining platform and a gamified staking platform. This is very much hinged upon the core brand IP of blockchain superheroes, in which we create different superhero characters, which we commonly refer to as Chain Guardians, for major blockchains. One of which is obviously our key partners at MultiverseX. When we first obviously was introduced, that was Elrond, and we have a Guardian which represents the Elrond blockchain and is essentially the defender of that blockchain in our gamified kind of storytelling world. Chain Boost is a launchpad and incubator protocol. So we've launched over 30 projects across numerous chains, raising over, I believe, 10 million in funding, including NFT sales across different chains too. And Cryptoverse is a virtual world environment which is focused on bringing gamified and social experiences to different types of creators and also users. All in all, this encompasses generally the full stack of what we do is very much kind of gamifying NFT and token experiences. And that's me.
Thank you for that. All right, next is we have Alexandru from Estar Games.
Hey, I'm Alex, founder of Estar Games. Mainly, we are doing a multi-game ecosystem. Basically, we are building multiple games, one token, everything shared between all the games in the ecosystem. The first game we have launched is Equistar. It's a horse racing game where basically your NFT have attributes and you are racing against other people NFTs, and you are earning our token. The second game we are in development right now is Eagle. It's a football manager game where basically all the games in the ecosystem will share one single token, which is Estar. We are opening the platform also to Web2 people in order to have an easy way to onboard everyone. We are creating also a free-to-play version for all the games in the ecosystem. So basically, it's a play-to-earn multi-games ecosystem that we are trying to build. And yeah, we have a lot of work to do. Yeah, still in early stage.
you guys have 4 games in total, right?
In total, yeah. We have also X Castle, which is a medieval castle. I'm talking about what is more advanced. These two are more advanced and almost ready to launch. We have also X Arena, which is a coin flip system game with a dominance aspect. And we also onboard a new whole collection on the MultiverseX, which is Angry Penguins, which is now also part of the Estar Games ecosystem. Angry Penguins are fully customizable NFTs, the first and the only collection that we are aware right now in the MultiverseX. So basically, you can equip SFTs items on your NFT, and they basically change on the blockchain. Yeah, and yeah, basically.
Right. Thank you for that. Next is Sergi from Moonlorian. Please tell us a bit. Which are you guys, by the way, are the most unique in terms of aspect here. So you guys have been working with a lot. So please tell us about you.
Thank you, Nir, for the introduction. I'm Sergi Valero. I'm Moonlorian CEO. In Moonlorian, we are an integrator of MultiverseX. We are not a project. Okay, we help it in NFT space more than 40 projects. Okay, we are very specialist in NFT, and we always have the purpose of onboarding new entrepreneurs in the NFT space to the Web3 space, and we are very focused on always having delivering a business model for all of partners. So it's not just about technology. We take care of all the project that can be related in any decentralized application, smart contracts, and of course Web3. Okay, we are working with XP.NETWORK as well, using the bridge a lot. Okay, we have always in our portfolio of services using the bridge because we believe in interoperability between blockchains. We will see later about why MultiverseX, but there are more chains, and XP.NETWORK is always a value in our proposal to the NFT projects.
Thank you. And I must say that you guys also have about 50 projects that you guys have been helping to develop on the MultiverseX ecosystem.
Yes.
More than 20 projects that you guys helped minting, all on the MultiverseX ecosystem. So that's quite significant and very much important. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So finally, we have Mihai. So Mihai from XOXNO, and which first of all, congratulations on the amazing popularity that you guys are gaining on the MultiverseX ecosystem. And some of the projects here have their NFTs listed there. And we are very much looking forward to hear from you. So quick intro.
Yeah, I am Mihai. I'm the CEO of XOXNO as well, trust staking, the leading staking agency on MultiverseX. And what we are building at XOXNO is basically the biggest marketplace on the chain, which is aggregating all the other marketplaces where creators just can come to us, list NFTs, and in the same time we also provide different templates of smart contracts as a service. We have helped over 100,000 creators to launch via our launchpad, raising in total over $25 million since last year up to this point. Of course, during bear market, a bit of let's say a bull market when we started, but then we continue in the bear market since then. We have also over 20 million in trading volume on MultiverseX since last year. So far, I think today or tomorrow, we reach a new milestone of over 100,000 NFT listed on chain, trackable, just on XOXNO, not everywhere. But I think in total, the listing number on the MultiverseX, it's around 120,000 NFTs in total listed, and ever traded. I think there are over 300,000 NFTs traded. We work with XP.NETWORK in sharing knowledge so far about everything. We are kind of pretty good on MultiverseX, having the background from before mainnet with trust taking. We have everything from infrastructure, developed in-house, APIs, smart contracts, everything you call it, we have it. We don't really expose it too much to everyone else. We try to collaborate with projects that we think makes a difference and offer our knowledge. And XP.NETWORK, it's one of them. We had a great chat with Dima about everything tech side around the MultiverseX. So yeah, that's what we are doing.
Right. Thank you everyone for the amazing intro. And I have to say that this is worth mentioning that everyone here are actually live. So all projects are live, and we had the pleasure of experiencing bridging with all of projects that have been joining us today. And before we move on to speaking about the uniqueness of moving up NFTs and having NFTs across different chains, I want to talk a bit more about MultiverseX, and I'd like to get from a couple of you guys your opinion on what made you choose the MultiverseX. So whoever wants to go first, please go.
Me, always first, or
Yes.
or Sergi.
Can I?
It was interesting to see who's coming first. So yeah.
Yes, as Neil told, we are official partner integrator of MultiverseX. Okay, we are independent company. We are not 100% MultiverseX. We can use other blockchains if it's worth it, because there is any specific feature of the blockchain that it's worth it to use. Then, but usually we choose MultiverseX due to the usability and speed, scalability, low cost. So MultiverseX is the blockchain that gives better service to our customers. And many customers, they don't really know what blockchain to use. And they ask us, okay, why not using MultiverseX? And as official partner, we have very good relation with the MultiverseX team. Okay? So it's easy to unlock any specific need that they have, and give a lot of advantages that other blockchains we didn't found there.
Yeah, so I totally agree, and I'd like to weigh in here as well. So I completely agree with everything that you mentioned about MultiverseX. And from our side, I would say that the greatest thing that we had with MultiverseX experience is, I would say, a couple of experiences. The first of them was the amazing team that they have, and in terms of flexibility and a willingness to improve the market, like in a complete full. So they always are putting up ahead, new technologies and new stack of technologies and launch pads and ideas. And they also, of course, rebranded from Elrond. They're always one step into the future of the market. And this is something that has been very beneficial to a lot of projects. And we see, even today, we see that it is one of the most prospering ecosystems that we have in the space. And the second thing is the amazing community that we see on MultiverseX, which is actually, I would say, bringing up that attitude right into the way that the community works. And we saw the very first community chain that we've been working with has been the MultiverseX community, and they've welcomed everything that we've been doing very warmly. So we remember that very greatly. So that's from our side. And actually, Henry from Drifters, because you are limited on time, I'd like to hear your take on this. So what made you guys choose the MultiverseX?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything about how the technology is pretty good. We're trying to build a digital world, and that's going to require like scalability and speed that some chains that don't have. But those technical things are, I would say, like other chains could possibly have them as well. But the main thing that brought us over is the community and the core team, like their transparency and the way that they're building. In my opinion, is really like a Web3 way. They're really building with us. It doesn't feel like they're sitting in some like VC, closed room, and the rest of us are kept in the dark. So, I mean, there's many instances where things have happened, and they were very transparent. They treated us like we were actual stakeholders, and that kind of gave me more confidence. So that's probably like one of the biggest things.
Yeah, thank you for that. And from our side, we fully agree. And we see, besides everyone that's joined us today, we see a lot of other projects. We've also been to the MultiverseX Paris event a few months ago, and we see so many projects that are prospering in that ecosystem from those very much reasons. And I'd like to also give I would say kudos for Mihai from XOXNO, that one of the main things that we see as utility from the bridge of XP.NETWORK is at the very beginning, a lot of questions we've had is who will ever want to use the multi-chain NFT bridge, because why? Everyone is on Ethereum and everything is great there, and we have OpenSea and everything is just going there. So why would I even want to move to another chain like MultiverseX? So one of the things that we always said is that communities are building there and new utilities are coming there. And this is what we want to see. And actually one of the first things that we saw are people who are doing both arbitrage of NFT, I would say, prices between one chain to the other chain. And marketplaces are those who are giving that option. So seeing prospering marketplaces is one of the core things that are also moving XP.NETWORK and the bridge experience forward, and giving an opportunity for communities to experience other chains and other places, because they know they have a community to sell to or interact with. So this is, I would say, XOXNO giving that value not just to the MultiverseX ecosystem, but all around. So this does create ripples and effects. So I can say that we are very much glad to say that there is a successful marketplace on this chain or another, and this specific one is the MultiverseX. So that's great. So that's creating a lot of good impact. Right. So my next question would be, how do you guys see the NFTs and the current situation, I would say, on the NFTs of the market itself? How do you see it affecting on the future of the crypto market and the off-crypto community, the crypto community that are keeping on growing? How do you see the current market situation affecting on the NFTs in that regard?
Let me just go first, just because I have to go soon. But I think the NFTs are evolving, I would say. Like the past bull market, it was mainly just PFPs, but now it's evolving to a point where, like, now that a lot of projects have had money, now it's like, what do you want to put that towards? Some are going metaverse, some are going into the real world and affecting change. So I think it's going to be less about profile pictures, and we're going to see many different use cases for NFTs.
Yeah, mainly I'm agree with Harry. I think the age of just start putting something out there and is gonna sell. It's a way is no longer available. So we need to be the utility behind the NFTs, and I think this will be the main reason for the people to just buy a piece. I think also the opportunity will be for the creation to just piece of art that will be digitalized, let's say real art, which is gonna be digitalized on NFTs. I think this can be an arbitrage here to just meet the art, real world art with NFTs. But other than that, I think the utility need to be behind the NFTs.
Actually, I think that NFTs are more than just art. Basically, it's a tool of instant registration of rights of ownership. So anything that falls into that category will be there will be an opportunity to do it with NFTs. So you can buy whatever, and you can register this purchase as an NFT, or basically by buying an NFT, you are buying something physical. This is probably something that eventually will come up. So I think before this becomes the reality, we're just on the verge of this technology. So it will be cars as NFTs, houses as NFTs eventually. Right now, it's not happening because there is no legislation in most of the countries to support it. Like if you bought an NFT, which represents a house, and then the former user says, hey guys, okay, you bought some token, have fun with it, right? Why would you pretend to be the owner of my house, And if this guy goes to court, this guy will have a lot of trouble proving that basically it was a purchase of a house rather than of some hash on some blockchain. But eventually, when legislation catches up with the technology, then it will become a reality. So anything that you can buy and sell will become NFTs. Moreover, it can be a proof of something. For example, documents can be issued as NFTs. As you know, there's such a blockchain called XP.NETWORK. It's based on Cosmos technology. But actually, this approach can also be found on other chains. So let me, in brief, tell you about XP.NETWORK. Every NFT on Secret has a public part and a private part. The private part can only be seen by a person who has the view key. And for example, the government can issue a document, and only the government officials, for example, and the owner of the document can view it. Everybody else can't. Another use case is there's a collection called Treat NFT. It's an EVM collection. So it's possible to implement the same on any protocol. Treat NFTs are, how to put it mildly, not very dressed ladies. Okay, and the content is only revealed to the owners who have access keys. So anything that has hidden and public part can also be minted as an NFT.
May I apply something here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. As a blockchain school, I have many students inside, and I am connected with all of these people that is entering, and also with some communities. And as I saw NFTs from the last year or 2021, 2022, it was a very big boom from NFTs. And now we suffer a big bear market, and it makes a lot of people having maybe thousands and thousands of NFTs inside of their wallets without any possibilities to sell these NFTs. And I think that the next market for NFTs, it will be the use cases and all of these people that can have these NFTs making a real utilities or something like that, because the new people that is entering in the blockchain market or crypto market, they don't enter, or they don't like a lot this type of, digital assets. Then they will enter directly to Bitcoin, Ethereum, or something like that. I think that the next market for NFTs, it will be a little bit different, because all of these people that is from 21, 22, they will not buy any NFT without any reason, or without any case, or without any utilities. And yeah, as I saw in my company and in my communities, I can feel this type of things.
Can I add something here? Because XOXNO is actually thinking the same way. We actually announced it in X Day in Paris that we have also two other main projects as a niche in the NFT ecosystem. One of them was music NFTs, and the other one was NFT ticketing. So what we're actually focusing this year is to build this backbone of how you can interact with the NFTs on MultiverseX. At first, it's just PFP and everything that you see right now on XOXNO, like, hey, so cool, you can buy this NFT and you store it in your wallet. But we are actually in progress of building our first public SDK, which will kind of plug in every single developer to experience the XOXNO API, smart contract interactions from one single TypeScript library that will kind of allow everyone to just launch a collection without actually knowing blockchain. Because Elrond has MultiverseX has some great capabilities of paying the transaction for the users. And we actually had this mountain experiment where for every single offer placed on XOXNO, we have paid over 10,000 transactions from our own money, and the user never paid any gas fee. So they just signed that they want to do this from X Portal with their face. They didn't have to get any e-gold at first. They just download the X Portal. They have zero balance. They receive an airdrop from X Portal team as they register, and they could list it for free on XOXNO. So why is this important? Because this is kind of a step progress that we have over the last year, where we announced the fiat payments. which is live. You can buy an NFT with your card and it's delivered with gas fee in your wallet. So now imagine that you buy a NFT ticketing for your favorite concert. You don't know that's an NFT. You don't have an X Portal wallet. That's not a problem because we're also going in that direction where they log in with Google and they still store the NFT. That's on the roadmap. So this is our bet as well on this year, that as long as you abstract the complexity from the user, but it's still blockchain behind the scenes, it will skyrocket in all these utility new projects that are coming, as well as brand. We have integrated KIC on the launchpad. Any brand corporate who want to launch anything related with their brand, like rewards program or card, like Starbucks has that thing with the points, and you go to Starbucks, you scan the QR code and you receive an NFT, and every time you go back with that NFT, you get a point. That's going in the direction of dynamic NFT, where you just add 1 more point, 2 more points on the same NFT. Then you can trade it on the market for, royalties and stuff. So yeah, that's our bet as well. It would be cool to have this discussion in a year and see how right everyone was about this. Or 2 years, depends on bear market.
Yeah, so fully agree on that. And I actually want to, to say from everything you just guys put in. So it's really putting up the emphasis on, as we see NFTs as really the mainstream driver for off-crypto community, because so many, ways to approach this, right? And so many new things are coming in. And I actually want to speak about a quick trend that we see right now that very, very much fast growing, which is actual projects that we see that are building up the ability for users to actually come in and to participate with the game itself, with the music NFT itself, like you mentioned, or with the marketplace, for example. So the users have the ability to interact with the application without any connection to a wallet or without holding any NFT. And this is something that we see, I would say, from when we do when we talk with a lot of people. And so we always find ourselves saying this very much thing that we see right now, that there is a shift in the focus of the market, that it's more utility rather than the crypto, right? So, and this is, I would say, from our side, what we've been, I would say, gambling on back when we started XP.NETWORK to see, and it's actually happening, that we see utility first and experience first, but whether it's a UI or UX for the marketplace, or whether it's a game, or whether it's all of those vibrant and amazing things that we see in the NFT market. So I would say that NFTs are, because of all of those varieties, are the biggest of crypto community driver, and this is something that we feel that we see that is happening in the market. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, maybe Robbie from Chain Guardians.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we actually started building Chain Guardians in 2018, which I think made us a very early NFT project. At that time, I think some of the some of the earlier NFT enthusiasts were part of our community at the very least. What we've actually found, or what from observation from this time really, is that actually, I mean, our focus was always on utility, and we found that obviously the PFP hype kind of triggered a bit of a FOMO in from a lot of people into NFTs and even mass users, and actually, unfortunately, I think a lot of them got burnt because it was built on what I would describe as paper houses. The foundations were not solid enough, and I think that kind of pulls back to a lot of what everybody said here around utility as being the real key and driving that kind of experiential factor towards users. And I would say this is probably typical from our research of any new tech hype cycle, right? You kind of have that inflation of interest, and then you go through a bit of a peak of disillusionment. And I think generally speaking, we're kind of in that peak of disillusionment right now, where everybody's kind of sat with NFTs, where everybody's really happy when loads of people are FOMOing in and paying more and more for these PFP NFTs. But when that stops happening, what is left? And I guess really what should be left is this kind of utility layer. And I think that this is something that we've never I think particularly deviated from. We always focus on building as much utility into our NFTs as possible. But actually, from what we found is that that can also convolute value. People become a little bit disillusioned on how much they can do with NFTs and what the purpose is of that NFT. It's like, I can't use it in 6 different ways if I'm staking it in one particular place. So you end up kind of building these multi-layers of, I would say, tech, like middleware tech, to compensate for that for users, which then deviates you from your core focus and the core product that you have. And that's kind of I would say the maturity phase that we have kind of currently going through. So I would say for us, it's about going back to the actual users themselves and understanding a little bit better as to why those that are still here holding NFTs, why is that? What utilities do they want to see? So I guess for us, it's a bit of a reflectional phase where we're going, okay, getting smarter with the data and understanding which users are holding the NFTs. So yeah, I think we agree, and I've always kind of been advocates for utility-driven or experience-driven NFTs. However, I think for us as a company, we're trying to understand exactly, what should be our main focus in terms of what utility needs to be built into the NFTs, and that's quite challenging, because by nature, we're in a decentralized environment. So pulling data on users in a traditional sense of the way is quite challenging. So yeah, I don't know if that really adds particular value in terms of the conversation, but I think it's a reflection on our understanding of the market from kind of 2018 to the present phase, really.
Yeah, that's actually great. And I have a follow-up question for that. That is, what would you say is the biggest utility that we're going to see in the NFTs? Because right now, the biggest style that seems to go to that direction are the games in the metaverses.
Yeah.
We also have the basic NFTs, and we have contracts, and we have lottery, and we have so many things that are also coming in. So what, in your experience, guys, what do you guys think that is going to be the main utility driver for NFTs?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. I think, generally speaking, from our market research and from tapping into other people's market research, the vast, I say a large percentage of users that are currently here are generally, male, through the ages of, say, 25 to 45. And they have interests such as games and new tech and so on. And that's the market, that we're currently within, if you like to say. So of course, by nature, I think, gaming NFTs and also metaverse NFTs are probably the two big ones that we'll see in the short term. But that's not to say that the disruptive potential of NFTs in general don't have a much wider consequence. And I think, gaming NFTs, art NFTs, anything within culture, right, that you require or find that you can add value from in terms of provable ownership, completely has the potential to be disrupted. But in terms of the market right now, I think you're absolutely right. I'd say, generally speaking, gaming and metaverse is probably the first thing where we're going to see the majority of I would say utility built, and probably the majority of value wealth stored within NFTs will situate.
It's also very easy to be integrated, and also gives you this sense of ownership, which is great, because this aspect is very important for the players, because mainly if you are investing your time, you are investing also your money in a game. You can be censorship by a central server, which is gonna ban your account, and your added value will be gone. So I think this mainly is it's a great asset, and it's gonna be I'm seeing also like Ubisoft is testing in different kind of aspects. I think also the main gaming company will move some aspects in this market, because I think it's gonna booming in the next years.
We are actually tracking very close Cantina Royals. If you know the game on MultiverseX, we try to analyze how people are actually trading their items, and from our private analytics, it's actually their collection of items, which an item is like 1 cent or something like this, is the most traded on the marketplace, with probably 400 trades per day, just because people traded for the game itself and then the characters in the game. And this is only one game on MultiverseX. So I believe this will create the most volume in the next few years at first, because as everyone said already, gaming is very easy to plug in. Like, just check CSGO. When I was playing CSGO years ago, there are like skins on the MVP, like a sniper, which are like hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you ask someone from that game about NFTs, they say like, no, it's shit, but they don't realize that they're actually gone with the skin. It's like an NFT, but centralized one. So imagine if they open that market to be openly tradable somewhere like on XOXNO. I think their volume and just the profit of CSGO and Steam and everyone will just skyrocket as well, not just the user profit. It's also their business revenue, but I don't know exactly why they don't understand this yet. I mean, if they open the gate for this, everyone has to win, because right now they could control the royalties on their items and all this stuff. Because right now there are private websites where you sell your skin, for example, and you don't know, Steam doesn't make money from that. They have different protections to ban you like 7 days to don't trade that skin again. So I think that will change, and when that will open, it will be huge. Yeah.
It's just, I think it's just a legal point of view here. I think they want to avoid some kind of regulation on this aspect, but we will move also in the legal
department. I think generally speaking, I would suggest that two of the biggest preventers for adoption of NFTs is the verbiage that we use as an industry, the fact that we refer to NFTs as NFTs. I mean, I remember reading or seeing an article, or it might have actually been told by someone. I can't exactly remember where I got the source of information, but someone suggested that someone talked about NFTs to the Houses of Parliament in the UK. And one of the, lords, as it were, turned out and said, yeah, NFT stands for non-friendly terminology, right? And I think that this is becoming widely more understood within our industry, is that, for example, the very fact that we all, as part of our dialogue here, refer to them as NFTs, I think it creates a barrier for users to enter. And I think, it'd be easier to describe them as a digital asset, like you get in CSGO, exactly like Mihai was referring to. And they're like, oh, right, yeah, I get that. The only difference is, you can sell it on a different marketplace. You don't have to rely on Valve. All right, I get that, right? So I think it's partly about how the language that we use, but I also think that it's also massively to do with the UI UX, right? So I think that this is generally acknowledged within our industry at this point now as well, is that the very fact that 90% of blockchains, or 99% of blockchains rely on, say, MetaMask or their own wallet stack, you've already got a barrier to entry immediately there for many of them. And I think that as UI UX is now becoming more of a focal point, and as companies are beginning to understand that if we really want to have mass adoption into blockchain in general and NFTs, then we need to make sure that we're having interfaces which are more akin to what they're familiar with, signing up with emails and passwords, which some people have referred to here. We have our own custodial wallet stack for Cryptoverse, which we're doing something similar with. And I think, this, just to go back a little bit and talk about MultiverseX from our perspective, one of the things that really excited me was when they had the Maya wallet, where users could literally kind of sign up with their phone number, right? And I think that type of tech is going to be really key as well to bringing in, larger audiences into, the NFT space, or the digital asset space as we know it.
Our approach basically why integration with Gmail account it's just a reason to just be able to market ourselves outside of the bubble, of the crypto bubble. This is why we said, okay, we can do this kind of move a little bit outside of the crypto sphere, just for focusing on the adoption and cut a little bit the barrier of entry barrier for the peoples.
I can.
So there's. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a popular use case that is emerging now, is digital identity, continuing the topic that Robbie just raised. that people can go through a KYC somewhere once, and then this digital identity can always be used by the user who owns the private key of this account to prove that it is still this person that has, and also it can be used as access keys and even access keys with expiration period. For example, you might hire some external developers to do something for you, and you can give them access to contracts, for example, for the period of their contract, and then after it expires, the access also expires. So this is another thing that you can implement. Also, another trend is domain names. There are projects that create domain names that can only be used in Web3, and you can even upload websites. But the only problem that you can also use them in Web3. But I think it's just the current stage of development. But there are projects that actually provide you domain names as NFTs that you can use anywhere, and they can be real domain names of internet websites. And strangely, it's even cheaper than if you go to traditional Web2 providers. Besides, usually Web2 providers give you this domain name like for a year or two, and then you have to pay again to continue using the same name. While here, you pay once, and then it's forever. So this is another very good use case. Maybe those won't create this huge turnover, like you said, $1 NFT do, because people keep buying them all over again. The trades will be less, but the application will be probably more popular, again, linking us to Web2 and the real world. Real meaning not digital.
Let me add something in that point, because I love it. I like it. I've been in 2 events from the last month in technology events in Spain, and I totally agree with some of the points that Mihai said before. Because as I said, as I saw the future of the NFTs, it's amazing, because I think that it could be a wide door for all of this massive adoption from other peoples. Because if you see right now NFTs, you can see that right now is a pure trade. Yeah, I am a trader, and I know that this is like a trade. All people is buying and selling, and trying to get money. But Mihai before said, for example, imagine that you have an NFT and you don't know that you have an NFT, because the use case that you have is only you are using this NFT for some reason, right? That we are working for. Right now, we are working in NFC that you can have this NFT for the play to earn. And also this NFT will give you some points that you can enter in a gym. It means that if you have these NFTs and you enter in a gym, you don't like blockchain, but you have a possibility to enter in a play to earn. Indirectly, you are entering in a blockchain. I think that this is the biggest point for a future, when the people know that this is a tool for the blockchain. I don't know if you understand me or I explain correct, but my position is that you can have a tool without know that this tool is blockchain. This is a real potential for all people, because tokens, for example, my grandmother, they don't want cryptos because they don't trust in crypto. But if I can give them, for example, a voucher, an NFT or something that they can use it to buy in a supermarket or to buy or whatever, it will be a good point to have this massive adoption.
Exactly.
That's funny that you said about this reward system with points. Like in the beginning of XOXNO, we actually had a big retail company from Romania coming to implement such thing. Then, of course, when the bear market started, everyone shifts the attention from crypto. But I think their idea, let's say the guidance that we give them at that point would have made such a good product in Romania to get royalty, like points, rewards points on buying at this shop, which is very popular in Romania. And in every city there is this thing. So yeah, luckily I'm waiting them in the next bull market to come back with idea. Let's see.
I think we have a consensus about where NFT is going market. I see a very good point, Mihai, about the bull market and the bear market. So I see that the bear market is like a tunnel. When you enter in a tunnel, you are in a landscape. When you exit the tunnel, you will exit in a completely different landscape. Okay, we see the light of the tunnel, but we don't know yet what we will face. But I think it's clear we are all agree that we are going to more utility, more usability, and that means more onboarding means less speculation. So as more users will use the NFTs without knowing that there is an NFT, without knowing that they are able to sell and resell, then the speculation will be less. So only my guess is that only very famous NFTs will be used for speculation, but in general, the NFTs will be used for utilities. That's my guess.
Yeah, so fully agree with that. And to the point of also, Javier, that we really see, the need here. And this brings it back to my question initially, that it's really about, right now to see, I would say, not feeling the crypto aspect, the blockchain aspect. It's more about giving that experience, and NFTs are holding that very potential in creating. So agree with all the points that you guys just surfaced. I'd like to move into another topic that I'm really curious about, which is also extremely relevant to the bridge that we introduced to the market. I'd like actually to start with Mihai, asking this from you, and Sergi from your side as well, that you guys have a wider spectrum on the market and on the ecosystem itself. So how important would you say it is for projects to be multi-chain? So from your take and from your experience.
For me, it's very important, as we have been discussing, that people don't know that the NFT is even in blockchain. Okay, projects can use multi-chains to take profit of the best advantage of each chain, and will be again transparent by the user. So, okay, expert users will know about where is the NFT and what wallet, but if the first step is login with Gmail and password, okay, and then link a wallet, you will be able to link any wallet of any of your favorite wallet of your favorite blockchain, while the NFT is custodied. Okay, then you log in with Exportal in MultiverseX or Phantom in Solana, MetaMask, Ethereum, whatever. Okay, when you want to download, for advanced user want to download to the wallet, okay, just click here, get the NFT and use the XP.NETWORK bridge. If you want to join back to the game because the game is running in one chain, then the NFT will move, just send the transaction, will be moved, and that's it. So, and then take the advantage of the marketplace of XOXNO in MultiversX, which is taking the lead in the industry. Okay, but maybe the game is in other chain, or why not? Yes.
Yeah. So
we're also thinking about multi-chain, and we don't want really to go at the beginning. We are self-founded, so we don't really want to go to, let's say, what Magic Eden is doing, like have multiple NFT marketplaces on each chain. Our goals in the beginning is to grow MultiverseX first, where at a point where I feel confident that okay, it's big enough to be able for XOXNO to move attention to Solana or Cardano and stuff. So the initial plan that we have, and we also announced it in Paris, is we want to do cross-chain liquidity, but with a target NFT audience on MultiverseX. How that will sound is basically you connect with any wallet you want from Solana, Cardano, Ethereum. You don't have an Elrond eGold. You don't have a wallet on eGold on MultiverseX, but you like this ape. You press buy on it, and you have multiple options of paying directly with your native chain token, Solana, Cardano, on whatsoever, or fiat. So I want to abstract again the thing. Like, there are so many marketplaces right now in the industry that everyone just focus on every single chain. in particular, and everyone needs to log in with that wallet there and have the token for that specific chain. But with some partners that we have, and probably with some smart contracts deployed by us on different chains, we can actually do the first experiment where, as I said, you log in with MetaMask and you press buy on this ape that is in eGold, and we will buy it for you. You will pay on your own chain, but you will get probably this ape either in our custodial wallet, either probably with the X portal if we do something together to automate this somehow, so it's not to give you the NFT that we got from Elrond and you send it to this guy wallet on Ethereum, because we know that he paid there. We have the confirmation on chain. So that's what we want to do at the beginning, bring the liquidity cross chain on MultiverseX in a nice, let's say, environment where everyone just came to buy the NFT for art, utility, or whatever they want, but they came with their own coin to buy it. We just provide liquidity cross chain in a simple one-click step. So that will be such a cool thing, because right now there are so many people talking in spaces about cross chain and how cool is this NFT from this chain, but everyone is stopping at the installing of the wallet at first. They're so lazy right now to go to get X portal to buy the NFT on the MultiverseX, because they have to send the money to Binance. They have to tell that Solana to buy eGold, then from Binance sell eGold back in your X portal. It's like 6 process steps. If you cut it in 2, that's instant buy, and it brings more users on MultiverseX. And then you can replicate this to do it back on Solana. You go with MultiverseX wallet like X portal and buy an NFT from Solana, and you receive it in your X portal as a wrapped NFT. So that's something very deep.
Yes, that's the right approach, Mihai, really, because we believe in cross-chain and interoperability, but we never recommend multi-chain, fully multi-chain, because it's very, very time-consuming and cost-consuming developing the same thing in multiple chains at the same time. So the thing is, okay, you need to focus in one chain and then develop the modules needed in other chains to have user onboarding, interoperability, or any other technological need that you have. Okay, but not to replicate everything.
Right. With XP.NETWORK, you don't even have to build something on other chains. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, my approach is something very different, because I was thinking also about the possibility of multi-chains. I was thinking that not necessarily, not everything should be and do transactions. Basically, in the games, in order to just create a game, you don't need all the interaction to be on chain. Yeah, and I was thinking that the easiest path for me will be to just, from a collection on MultiverseX, bridge a certain amount of NFTs on another chain, just market there these NFTs. I will just do a link to the wallet. I'm fetching the information, fetching the information of these NFTs. If they are bridging between multiple chains, I don't care. Everything is happening on MultiverseX, and basically I give everyone the possibility. But if Mihai is working this out, and everyone will be able to just buy from everywhere, I think will be cool. But I'm the kind of guy that is testing everything. Yeah, and I will do. I think the next month will be the launch of Angry Penguins also on other chains via XP.NETWORK. And yeah, I definitely want to see how it's gonna be. And yeah.
Can I also add in my 2 cents here? I think a big focus of what we're doing as Chain Guardians, it's kind of a massive part of our go-to marketing strategy actually, is that we create blockchain superheroes for different chains. And on each time we do that, we look to have the NFT, the native character on that chain. Now we may create it on Ethereum, or we may create it on MultiverseX, and we would encourage the users as part of kind of a gamified narrative to learn how to bridge it themselves and incentivize them to do it by giving them a power up in game. So they will get a greater utility from that. We have worked with Polygon. We did that in 2019. We were one of the first to move an NFT from Ethereum to Polygon. We found that there were a lot of bugs. It was then AlphaNet back then. You know, and likewise, we've worked with numerous chains since then. We've had presence on Avalanche. We've got a character for them on BSC. We've got a Binancio character. And we've got RN, who is on Elrond. And we was kind of waiting for an appropriate bridge to pop up, which is kudos to the XP guys here that's now been possible for us. We have created our own bridges, and we've created bridges from ETH to Polygon to BSC and back again. But like somebody else commented here, I think it was Sergey, it's a massively time-consuming and resource-consuming endeavor. But we recognize the importance as part of like our brand narrative that we have different guardians for these different chains, and we want to encourage adoption of different chains because we also believe that interoperability and multi-chain is the key. But one comment is that obviously one thing that we found was that obviously you notice that there has been issues, I think, with chains and, you know, exploitation which has occurred from a security perspective, which obviously, you know, from a kind of you know, a product perspective, from a company perspective, was quite scary to be encouraging our users to go to XYZ ABC bridge for different purposes when, you know, that unfortunately we haven't got the time to audit their code, right? So it's great to see that we've got XP coming into, you know, the kind of space now that are trying to offer a bridge that provides, you know, multi-chain opportunity to actually kind of bridge from chain to chain. Because obviously, I mean, you know, we look at ours, typically speaking, we've got smart contract devs are Solidity focused. EVM is much easier, but obviously with MultiverseX, it's Rust based. So our smart contract devs had to go through quite a big process of learning in order to be able to actually, you know, even create NFTs there. So it's fantastic that we have like so many amazing kind of projects and new middleware solutions coming through that are also focusing on this UI UX consideration, like Mihai, but also the kind of the back end on the smart contract side, because as a DApp, if you like, or, you know, that kind of user layer, having to do all this ourselves has been absolutely kind of exhausting, and it's much more giving and allows us to be much more focused by working with key partners such as yourselves. So yeah, just my comments.
And also it's easier to just don't make mistakes if you focus just on one thing. I think, yeah, this is kudos to XP.NETWORK. Yeah.
In my way, I think that first of all, it's a congratulations, because you do a very good job with that cross chain. I think that this is amazing. And in my case, as entrepreneur, when I thought about to create an NFT collection, and you proposed me that, and we found this XP.NETWORK, it was amazing, because we just think what people want, what they want. And we know that people are accustomed to being able to use the same thing in many places. I mean, they can use it euros in Spain, they can use it euros in France, they can use it euros in India, because they change it for another. And if you are talking about to create something in an economy, it means NFTs, digital assets, or something like that. I think that the best place or the best thing is to give people the same that they are doing every day. I mean, they are doing every day a coffee in a bar, they go to another bar, they have the same coffee. It's amazing, because you can have this NFT in Elrond and you can take this NFT to another. And maybe some people could think about the competence could be a little bit not good, but I'm always think the same. If you are good, as we start with Elrond, MultiversX, that's amazing, with a scalability, interoperability, and a vision and a focus, it's amazing blockchain, then you don't have to suffer anything, because you know that they will come again always. And it's like by my side, congratulations for that job.
Yeah, so that's agreed with everything, and this is, you know, from XP.NETWORK side, this is our mission statement into creating. You know, we build this in several steps, and I would say that the final step that we are able to see into the future is, just like you say, the ability to consume the same thing on different places in a very simple way, right? So from our vision is that we want to have, for example, a game, and that game can just, doesn't matter what that game is based on, that game can decide to be built on MultiverseX for all of its amazing benefits, but it's completely agnostic in the way that it's actually being communicated to the world, right? So it's not like this is a MultiverseX project or Ethereum project or X or Y project. This is a project that is utilizing the infrastructure of the preference of blockchain without any need to go and develop the project again, just like you said, Sergio, on other blockchains, which is, you know, extremely time consuming. And we took the mental on actually educating our development team on multiple stacks. And I can tell you guys, this is a nightmare, right? So we have to both know, actually Dima can tell you better, we have to both know the latest and greatest updates from each blockchain, and even the worst updates, which could be hacks or, you know, issues. And we have to sync it with all the other architectures and with all the other stacks. And the development team has to know this small intricacies between each of those architectures. I'm no tech myself, but I know that Dima and his team are having a lot of, you know, I would say challenges for that. But we knew that someone has to take this mantle. And I think, you know, about a project that has, you know, a game, for example, and on top of that has to manage this enormous R&D just to support on multiple communities. This is something that is a big blockade into making the market evolving extremely faster, right? So this is one of the reasons that we are here, and we want to make it super easy in terms of communicating outside. So no need to communicate the blockchain or the wallet, or just plug and play and go and experience that. So it doesn't matter if the NFT was minted on Ethereum, it could be used with a MultiverseX wallet. So that easy from that is, you know, the technology that we want to see and that we are building up in step by step eventually. So I also wanted to ask, because you guys also talked about some of the bridging and having the NFTs on multiple places, your NFTs. How was your experience from bridging with the XP.NETWORK interface or with the API? So I know you guys had some experiences. Some had a test experience, some had a live experience. How would you say was your experience overall?
From my point of view, it was great. Yeah, I bridged the Equistar collection on Polygon.
To Ethereum also.
Yeah, and also Harmony was some test. From Harmony, I took everything back. Yeah, but yeah, was very easy and straightforward. So I'm very happy, and I'm planning like I said, the exploration mode for the penguins to see the world around. And yeah, I definitely want to see how it's gonna be. It's very cheap, very useful. I think it's a bulk send. I think you already did in the meantime. No,
yes, batch transfers. Yes, batch
transfers. When I first tested it, it wasn't available, so I was more one by one click. But yeah, was very great.
There's also a repo now where you can just provide your private key inside the repo, so you don't give it to anyone. You just provide it as a value in the environment, and then you can send thousands of NFTs in one loop. You just see and watch in the terminal as they go, without having to click anything. And we already implemented it with VeChain, because in their wallet, every time you want to sign something, you have to provide a password. Well, on the one hand, it's very secure. On the other hand, to send 1,000 NFTs and to approve and then to send, every time you have to provide a password. So sending 1,000 NFTs can take you about a week approximately of working hours. You can imagine, right? But then you just launch this loop and it does everything for you, and you just sit and watch as it and do the job.
Which is great. I did because initially the first we minted on Isengard, which is almost dead marketplace, and needed to manually mint every NFT one by one. So it's a crazy experience, and doing this for 5K NFTs was a nightmare.
Sounds like a month of work.
In our case, it's a good experience. We are right now in Ethereum and Polygon working on that. We are trying to develop better because we have some NFTs in XOXNO also, because thank you, Mihai, for that opportunity. And when I remember the first bridge, like 3 years ago, more or less, when you tried to, 4 years ago, when you tried to make something from Ethereum to Polygon, something like that, was so difficult, and you make so easy for all people. This is so important because, for example, as a blockchain school that we give courses, we know that the people have very bad experience with that, and it's like they are so in a point that I don't know what I have to do, I lost my money or something like that, and you make so easy these points. And yeah, it's a very good experience with you guys.
Thank you.
I'll just also receive. It was actually my co-founder who did the test, but only positive comments. I said it was very quick, very seamless, and was very approving. We've, like I said, we've used lots and lots of bridges, and I think XP was very well received. And from all the conversation I've seen in the in our group chat, it seems there's not been loads of discussion because I don't think it was needed. I think our team was very clear on what needed to be done, and it went through no problems. So I think it's been very smooth overall from what I've observed.
Thank you, guys, and we are very much glad to do that and to provide that ability. And for I would say for all the projects to make it as seamless as possible to move NFTs around. So this is our mission statement. This is what we are, of course, building and improving towards, from performance, from utility, from experience and user interface, all together into making overall the market moving forward as a whole. So guys, I have tons of other questions and a lot of other topics. So it really could be like 6 hours talk. But for our viewers that would be actually listening and reviewing this, I'd like to keep it, short and sweet. So this has been an hour and a bit that we've covered some topics regarding to the MultiverseX experience and overall the NFTs and the growth of the market and the future of the market and overall the importance of NFTs moving between the different ecosystems. If anyone has final notes, that would be the time, and this will be it for today.
Yeah, let me finally say something because I actually let everyone speak and never got a chance myself. So basically, that's the point of the bridge, that you don't have to deploy anything on the other side yourself. It is done by the bridge for you. You sometimes don't even have to know how it really works and what is the standard on the other side. And in your project, if you want to go cross-chain, you can just implement the interface that works pretty much the same with all different protocols. And then you can just check that the user logs in with their wallet in the corresponding protocol. And you can just query. Usually GET requests are free on most of the chains, except several. You can just query whether this user who just logged in has an NFT in the corresponding contract. And that could be like a login to a game, or that could prove that this user has this character in a game. And you probably all remember that not everything that is NFT resides on chain. There is a part that resides off chain, which is usually called the metadata. So this metadata can be stored elsewhere. It can be actually stored in the same place all the time, regardless of where the token itself is. And you can refer to this metadata to get all the information about this NFT in your game, regardless of where this token is now owned by an actual user. And that's the point of the bridge. So it allows you to market your tokens on all chains simultaneously, having same access to the metadata of this particular NFT. The only difference is that you now have to track the different contracts on multiple chains to check who owns this particular token. That's it. But with the interface, you can do it also easily without even caring which protocol this is. So this is how it can be implemented, and this is what we're doing for you, so that you don't even have to take care of this part yourselves. Just use it.
Thank you for that, and fully agree. And this is from our side. All right, guys. So thank you very much for giving up the time and weighing in some of your experiences from the market and from your own experience. And we are very much looking to do this again. We will wrap this up for today and keep it up for a potential future one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.